How you doing? This is a promotional video for the detective agency. We specialize in criminal defense investigation. We work on a number of criminal cases that may involve alleged criminal activity. We specialize in homicide, narcotics, drug conspiracy, and just a number of cases that defendants are charged with in federal and state courts. On narcotics cases, we investigate a number of activities with respect to drug conspiracy, multi-codefendant drug conspiracy, RICO cases, as well as all other narcotic related offenses. If we work on multi-codefendant drug conspiracy cases, our focus is on our client. Our client usually needs to have 3 avenues of investigation working at one time. The first one would be the specific role inside of the drug conspiracy. The second one would be the specific proof that the government can prove that our client was in a drug conspiracy. And the third is the specific weight amount that the government is trying to attribute to our client. We provide investigation in drug conspiracy cases that involve Title III wiretaps. Inside of a Title III wiretap case, you specifically need to listen to the wiretaps to determine what the specific evidence is that law enforcement have against you. On a typical narcotics case, we do a number of things. The first thing we need to do on a typical narcotics case involving multi-co-defendants on a drug conspiracy is to go over the discovery with our client. Discovery consists of all of the Title III wiretaps, all of the affidavits, all of the applications, as well as all of the videos that the government may have, all of the statements that they may have, all of the DEA 6s or the FBI 302s, or all of the local law enforcement generated documents pertaining to the case. After we do that, we would determine who needs to be investigated through their information, whether it's the police officers, whether it's independent witnesses that was mentioned, whether there's confidential informants, whether there's documents that's and evidence that we're questioning that we need to find more information out about. Then after we put together a investigative plan for the case, we go out and investigate. We locate witnesses, we interview witnesses, we take pictures of crime scenes, we take measurements of crime scenes, we determine the lighting aspect of where things happen. We put together scenarios with respect to what the government alleged the crime was that occurred to determine if it occurred like they say that it did. We investigate essentially law enforcement's investigation of the case. What we do on homicide cases is the very first thing we do is go to the crime scene. We need to investigate the crime scene, take pictures of the crime scene, videos of the crime scene, measurements at the crime scene, and a canvas of the crime scene to determine if there were any witnesses that saw the alleged crime committed by the subject that committed it. After we investigate the crime scene, we then get an overall view of what's going on at the crime scene. The closest telephones, the closest stores, the main people that hang out outside, the times that they hang out. People are generally creatures of habit. They do the same thing at the same time every day. So what we do to locate defense witnesses is we periodically hang out at the crime scene also to find out if we can find information that law enforcement didn't find when they were at the crime scene during their investigation. We can't use the government's pictures or the government's evidence that their crime scene technicians took. We have to do our own investigation. We also have to locate all of the witnesses that law enforcement is going to use to prosecute any defendant whose case we're working on in trial. We need to find all of the confidential informants. We need to find out everybody that was at the crime scene. We need to put our own scenario of the crime scene together to determine what specifically happened on the night of the incident. We also need to locate any and all involved witnesses of the crime. One of the specific reasons that you need a criminal defense investigator working on any criminal case, not just narcotics cases, but any criminal case, is because lawyers don't investigate. You need a team of professionals that can work on behalf of the defense of your case. Not just a lawyer, but you need a criminal defense investigator also that can determine what the facts of the case is with respect to the charges that the government have charged you with, and you need someone to investigate their investigation to determine if they really do have probable cause to make an arrest and to proceed to trial with their case. One of the things that attorneys do, if you know and understand the role of an attorney, his job is in the courtroom. He talks to the judge, he talks to the prosecutor, the jury, and he cross-examines witnesses. He doesn't investigate. That's why you need a criminal defense investigator to get on the street, interview witnesses, locate evidence, determine if the allegations that law enforcement are alleging against you are true, locate the identity of confidential informants, and do a number of other things. One of the things that I do as a criminal defense investigator here at my office with the investigators that I work with is we sit down and plot out a course so we can have a direction on which way we're going to investigate each and every case that we investigate. So I'm going to take you all out so you can see what we do. Come on, follow me on this investigation. One of the assets of having a criminal defense investigator is criminal defense investigators can move around the crime scene and move around outside to find witnesses 100% better than homicide detectives can. Nobody wants to talk to the police. Everybody will talk to your criminal defense investigator if you want to get one involved to help with the defense of your case. You cannot go to trial without your own independent investigation being done on a homicide case. You can't go to trial with your lawyer when your lawyer have not done an investigation. The main thing that needs to be investigated is the facts. Here at the detective agency, our criminal defense investigators have a 95% acquittal rate. What we do is we investigate their investigation. And by putting their feet to the fire with all of the evidence that they have, we generally will get a positive result out of the criminal cases that we're working on, or we'll get a not guilty at trial. One of the things that you have to remember about the government is when you match them dollar for dollar for what they spend on trying to prosecute you, you always win. Because when you have a team of professionals consisting of a well-versed criminal defense lawyer that's well-versed in 21-846 drug conspiracy laws or Title III wiretap laws, and a criminal defense investigator that is well-versed in doing criminal defense investigation, you always have a team that can prepare your case for trial. And when you match your team to the government, you always come out with a favorable result.